Hey everybody, Rosematter here, and welcome to part 9 of my Corpse Party Sweet Sachiko's Hysteric Birthday Bash Let's Play. In the last episode, we started what seems to be the second last chapter, which started off as like a romance movie, but has now devolved into like a haunted house Saw-like situation where all of the characters are in a house that's basically like a gateway to hell, and there's a bunch of surveillance cameras up, and they are making kind of like a guerrilla style movie, including a lot of weird things like Yoshiki and Ayumi randomly turning into like old school PC anime characters, and a whole weird Saw-like thing with what is her name? The teacher, Miss Yue, and her boyfriend, her high school boyfriend. So this has been quite an interesting one so far. I'm really liking this. I like that kind of like haunted house. Any room could just be random tasks that you have to do. So we're going to continue on, see if we can finish up this chapter, and yeah, I'm excited to see what the rest of this chapter has in store for us. So let's get back into it. Yeah, there's this whole thing too with like Kazami finally giving in to his mad desires and wanting his little sister, chasing Yuka and Satsuki. Yeah, that's exactly the way I felt in the first corpse party. My best buds that Yuka has literally, she's never brought her up before. Then again, all she seems to care about is her big brother.
Yuka! どこに隠れたんだい? お兄ちゃんが遊んであげるから出ておいで。もう追いついてきた。てかキモ。どうしよう。今はとにかく逃げまくって助けを呼ぶしかないよ。ほい、ダッシュ。よし、そこの角を曲がって。
Oh yeah, there's those two that came out of the basement. And they came across like a creepy book. I can't remember. There was the option to take it or not. I think I had them take it.
Satsuki-chan to Yuka-chan? あずさお姉ちゃん! 二人とも無事だったのね。よかったわ。でもどうしてここに？それが。そんなことになっていたなんて。
I love how Kazami's chasing them, and apparently they have time to just stand around and like give a whole synopsis about what's happened to them so far.
しかし、ゆうやくんがね、まさ さかそんなにハードな妹萌えだとは思わなんだ。そういうのとはちょっと違う気がするんですけど。ところで探してる本ってもしかしてさっきランが地下
Yes,
室
they
で
did.
見つけたあれかしら。
They did take it, right?
それならここに
Oh,
どうしたの？
ない。
okay, so she did take it, but now she doesn't have
落
it.
としちゃったの？
おかしいな。確かにさっきまでは持ってたはずなのに。エイボン家出しちゃったよ。
はあ、もう怒る気にもならないわよ。まあいいわ。こうしてゆかちゃんたちとは合流できたんだし、本なんかより先に残りのみんなを見つけないとね。
仲間が増えたよ。やったねゆかち。一人ぼっちじゃないってすごく嬉しい。
じゃあ狼が来る前にカリウドさんを探しに行きましょう。
Oh god, he's searching for her scent? Ooh. He's like a wolf.
匂うぞユカ。さっきまでこの辺にいたんだね。もうすぐだよユカ。お兄ちゃんが見つけてあげるから。そしたら次はおままごとをしようか。ごちそうを作っておくれよ。ナイフでシャクシャク。シャクシャク。あそこに落ちているのは。
Oh, damn.
これはサチコが探している本か。偶然にしてはできすぎているな。
Oh no, he can wish for something? That's no good.
本が一人でに開いただと。願え。一体何のことだ。俺の願いを神が叶えるというのか。
It's like the worst person who could come across that book.
面白い。ならば叶えてみせろ。
It suddenly felt as if a larger-than-life presence had descended upon the room. Sweet tattoo, bro. It's like those tribal tattoos from the early 2000s.
おい、サチコ。これはさすがにまずいんじゃないか。
Ugh, I hate when the game does the shaky camera. I can't even look at the
あ
screen.
そこでキザミが本を手に入れるなんて予想外。見つからないよう地下室に隠しておいたのに、なんのやつ余計なこと。
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken the book then.
監督、こんな状況でもまだ撮影を続けたいと。
心配しなくても、あとは嫌でも体当たり撮影になるわ。
それはどういう。
呼ばれるよ。
Space and time twisted in on themselves, and various worlds all converged into one.
何が起こった。ここはどこだ。
地獄。まあ本当はサチコにもこの空間が何なのかわからないからそう呼んでるだけなんだけど。監督、早めの里帰りになっちゃったね。
Oh, everybody's being brought into one place?
なんだこりゃ。
いきなり場所が変わった。篠崎さん。
ゆい先生、司さんも。これ一体どうなってるんだ。
みんなお久しぶりね。
幸子、こりゃてめえの仕業か。
ひどい。何でも幸子のせいにするなんて悲しくて泣いちゃう。
こんな状況でふざけている場合か。
待って、何か来る。
Oh no. Well, alright, so I guess we're facing down Kazami. It was Kazami, wearing an insane grin on his face. And just behind him, like a sinister shadow, loomed that which must never be named.
もうすぐだユカ。俺たちが幸せに暮らせる世界が出来上がるぞ。
なんだ、あの名状しがたい巨大な化け物はありえない。
ゆかちゃんたちがどうして。
キザミがブックオブエイボンで呼び出しちゃったのよ。あの本、歪んだ欲望に引き寄せられるから。
おいキザミ、何やってんだよお前。サトシの妹を話しやがれ。
サトシ何を言っているんだ岸沼君。ユカは俺の妹だ。そう、俺の可愛い、俺が守ってやらなきゃいけない妹。
どうしちまったんだよあいつ。
He's like, I thought we were bros, man. We had a moment back in the classroom when we were facing off against Yoshikazu.
しているのか。
キザミはもともとの本性があんな感じだから説得は無駄だと思うよ。
そんな。ねえお願い、バカなことはやめて。
これは俺とユカが幸せに暮らすために必要なことなんだ。他の女どもはどうでもいいが、空腹な神様が餌を欲しがっているんでな。
生贄にするつもりか。
ってこと。ねえ幸子さんお願い、彼女たちを助けてあげて。
あのね、さすがに幸子でもあんなのとやり合えないから無理無理。
ちくしょう、何か手はねえのかよ。
まあないこともないかな。キザミからブックオブエイボンを奪い取れればなんとかできるかも。
でもあんな化け物がいるのにどうやって近づけば。
そもそも普通の人間ならあれに出会った時点で狂い死にするんだよ。あなたたちは幸子が鍛えてあげたおかげで平気なんだからね。
I love this. I love it's like Sachiko's acting like all the stuff she's put them through was just training. It was like this was all intentional. I was doing this for your benefit.
鍛え。確かに今まで散々とひどい目に遭わされてきたけど。
怪異に対して耐性ができていることは認めるが、お前に得意げにされるのは腹立たしいな。
で、どうするの？あいつらを助けに行って死んでみる？それとも見捨てて逃げる？幸子はどっちでもいいけどね。
よし、俺が行く。
Oh man, this music. So nostalgic from like remember this from the first game. I remember this from like when they would like you get into certain exploring things. And of course Yoshiki, the sweet angel that he is, of course like no hesitation for him. He's gonna try and save them.
無茶だ。99% 負けると分かっているギャンブルに命を懸けるようなものだぞ。黙って見過ごせるかよ。これまで生きるか死ぬかの修羅場なんて飽きるほどくぐってきたんだ。大勝ちの可能性が 1% でもあるんなら上等だぜ。
岸沼か。
Come on, Ayumi, you have to admit, he's pretty cool right now.
俺もその賭け
And Tsukasa's like, I'm not just a boring Satoshi clone, I'm gonna be brave.
司くん。
かっこつけさせてくれよ。男の事情分かってくれるんだろ。
そうだね、男の子なんだもんね。
はあ、 まったくみんないつも無謀すぎるんだよ。
まあまあ、その無謀が 1% の勝利を呼ぶこともある。男ならその 1% にかけてみたくなるだろ。
俺は本来確率の低いものに興味を示さない人間なんです。申し訳ありません監督。リテイクの効かない撮影になってしまいますが、カメラをよろしくお願いします。
森重くん、まさか。
分の悪いギャンブルに手を出すなど愚の骨頂だが、どうせ挑むなら俺はジャックポットを狙いに行く主義だ。
森重お前ツンデレだったんだな。
死ね。
これからって時に縁起でもないこと言うなよな。
無駄口を叩くな。もう時間がないんだ。作戦は
決まってんだろ。まっすぐ突っ込んで刻みの野郎をぶん殴る。
お前に聞いた俺がバカだったよ。
でも実際のところみんなを助ける方法はそれしかない。
そして躊躇している時間もないか。
覚悟はできたかよ。それじゃあいっせーので行くぞ。
I was like, maybe it's not a good idea to like announce your attack. Are we gonna get into like, oh, what's going on here? Okay, I wasn't sure. I was like, it'd be funny if we actually did kind of like a turn-based like battle. Oh, it kind of is. Oh my gosh, it is. Eldritch Cthulhu and Heretic Kazami appear.
なんだお前たち俺の邪魔をする気か。
いつまでも好き勝手できると思ってんじゃねえぞ。その腹っ端屋に一発ぶち込んでやるから待っとけ。
クズめ。おい、食事は後だ。先にこの邪魔者どもを片付けろ。
Eldritch Cthulhu's move.
幸いあの化け物は今時空の狭間から顔を覗かせるのが限界らしい。完全に出てくる前に決着をつけるぞ。
時間との勝負ってわけだな。
よし、速攻で決めんぞ。
焦るなよ。化け物の動きをよく観察して動くんだ。
I wonder if we'll like get to choose. Like, do we do like Morishige? Do we like take a chance and prepare ourselves for an attack, or do we rush in like Yoshiki wants, and not even give him a chance to like fully come into the world? Eldritch Cthulhu flailed its tentacles menacingly. Hey, okay, all right. All right, I'm gonna go with Yoshiki's plan. The first party to act is the sure winner. I don't think this is necessarily the right move to make, but if anything, if I get a wrong end, well, then that's one wrong end I don't have to worry about getting later. Eldritch Cthulhu's tentacles extended toward Yoshiki. Oh, no. Oh, Yoshiki, why? Every time. Him and Naomi get very unlucky during these, although with Yoshiki it's more just like horrible injuries. Naomi, it's more like she just gets molested a lot. This is the more realistic version of what would actually happen with a 99% chance of failure. It is like a D&D thing where it's like you gotta roll a nat 20 or else you fail automatically.
これで始まる。さあ神よ、新世界を俺に見せてくれ。ただいま。
Oh, wait, what? What's this? Oh, Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Wow, they just made them look like Sachiko is an actual child, but they really went out of their way to make Yuka and Satsuki look as young as possible.
今日も可愛い妹のために寄り道せず帰ってきたんだね。感心感心。ほんとどうしようもないシスコンだね。
相変わらずお前たちは見事に性格がバラバラだな。本当に姉妹か？
いいじゃん、バリエーション豊かでさ。兄貴もエロゲみたいで楽しいでしょ。
さつき、どこでそんな知識を仕入れてきた？
兄貴のパソコンからでーす。
お前勝手にいじるなとあれほど。
幸子たちのことそんな目で見てたんだ。
違う、あれは片山のやつが遊びに来た時勝手にインストールしたんだ。ね
えお兄ちゃん、エロゲって
なんでもないから。ゆか、そんなことよりお兄ちゃんとゲームでもして遊ぼうな。
あ、ずるい。私も。じゃあみんなでマフィアカードやろう。
Mafia card.
練習して上手くなったんだよ。
いいよ。じゃ、準備しておいで。
Okay, if you just take it from like the most innocent thing of him just wanting little sisters to protect and take care of, this is kind of wholesome. I know that there's definitely like a darker undertone to it, but it's just like, this is kind of cute, but also kind of like horrifying if you think about it for too long. Like, he's just like, I just want little sisters to play video games with.
ん？どうした？幸子は行かないのかい？
ねえ、キザミは今幸せ？
おいおい、いきなりどうしたんだ？幸せに決まってるじゃないか。
そう。まあ、それならよかったね。
ん？変なやつだな。じゃ、僕は着替えてくるよ。幸子も一緒にゲームするんだろ？
うん、先に行ってて。
ああ。はあ、帰って早々騒がしいことになったもんだ。
フングルイムグルーナフクトゥルールルイエウガフナグルーフタグンルルイエの館にてシセルクトゥルー夢見るままに待ち至る。キザミの幸せな夢はいつまでも覚めないといいね。
Ah, really wrong. I like it. I love a good pun. Alright, so let's try. I've got a bad feeling about
あ
this.
の動き、あからさまに触手でこっちを狙ってるって感じだな。
It's like Yoshiki learned from the bad end of what not to do.
しかし今のところ大掛かりな攻撃はしてこれないはずだ。それぞれ別方向から攻めればか乱できる。よし、行こう。
Yoshiki, Morishige, and Tsukasa used three-way dash on heretic Kazami. Eldritch Cthulhu attacked with its tentacles. Miss, no damage.
へ、どこ狙ってんだよ。
思った通りだ。奴はまだ本調子ではないらしい。
これならいける。
何をしている。早く奴らを殺せ。
Eldritch Cthulhu flailed about within its gap in space-time.
いくら巨大な力でも扱いきれないのでは宝の持ち腐れだな。
なんだよ、とんだ見かけ倒しじゃねえか。
油断するな。なんか
It's reaching its next level. Every boss fight, you know it's gonna have a couple of levels. Elder Cthulhu's attack power increased.
そうだ。そのままこちら側に出てこい。
まずい。どんどん時空の裂け目が大きくなっている。
もし全身が出てきたら。
そうなれば俺たちが勝てる確率はゼロだ。
ビビってんじゃねえ。もう刻みと本は目の前。あと一歩なんだ。
Ooh, okay, a couple of options. I'm gonna end this myself right now. Let me show you what a real senpai can do. Allow me to take point on this. Alright, let's save again. Alright. I'm just gonna do what seems to be the wrong... I mean, these two kind of sound similar about, like, him just rushing in. This one, allow me to take point on this, at least seems a little bit more like... I don't know. Like, he's not just gonna rush in. It seems more, like, methodical. So let's go with the Russian.
ほら行くぜ刻み。ちこの野良犬が。
Oh, it actually worked?
どうした吉和とやった時のお前はもっと冴えてたぜ。
いいぞ岸沼、そのまま攻めろ。
では貴様これでとどめだ。
Oh, god damn it. Well, that didn't go well. I think this is the same ending as before. Oh, no. This is different.
ナイフを隠してたのか。
てめえふざけ。
岸沼、くそ、あと少しだったのに。
ああ、岸沼は本当にバカだね。喧嘩じゃなくて殺し合いなのに。はあ、がっかり。
これで始まる。さあ神よ、新世界を俺に見せてくれ。
Are we gonna get the same end as before? Is it gonna end the same way with his dream?
ただいま。
Yep, it seems like it. Okay.
ビビってんじゃねえ。もう刻みと本は目の前。あと一歩なんだ。
Okay, so I feel like this one is pretty much gonna give the same result. So let's do the allow me to take point on
よ
this.
し、岸沼と三國さんで本の確保に向かってくれ。
Oh, okay, so
化け物は
oh,
俺が引き受ける。
was each of those a different person? So Yoshiki was the first one, Tsukasa was the second one. Oh, maybe I would have gotten something different then. And then, yeah, Morishige, the let me take point on this. That sounds more like the way he would say something.
何言ってんだよ森重。お前らしくもね。
まさかおとりになるつもりか。無茶だ。
Eldritch Cthulhu began gyrating its tentacles in a disturbingly suggestive manner.
議論している余裕はない。少なくともこのメンバーの中で最も冷静に対応できる自信があるから言っているんだ。いいから早く行け。
くそ。俺たちが戻ってくるまで死ぬんじゃねえぞ。
君に何かあったらきっとシシドが悲しむ。だからくれぐれも無茶はしないでくれよ。
Yoshiki and Tsukasa engaged heretic Kazami.
さあ、こっちだ化け物。お前をこの素晴らしい映画のエキストラに起用してやるから光栄に思うんだな。
Elder Cthulhu attacked with its tentacles.
はっ、まだ寝ぼけているのか。攻撃の軌道が見え見えだぞ。
Elder Cthulhu's attack was ineffective.
図体が並外れてでかいというのも考えものだな。まあ、タコツボにはまったような姿をしている割には楽しませてくれるじゃないか。
Elder Cthulhu became enraged.
これはバカにされて熱くなるだけの知能があったとは驚きだ。ぜひとも そのまま美味しく茹で上がってくれると助かるんだがな。
Eldritch Cthulhu attacked with its claws.
そんなワンパターンな攻撃で。
Eldritch Cthulhu attacked with rapid-fire tentacles.
フェイントだと。しまっ。
Uh-oh, he got too cocky. Oh! Oh, maybe that wasn't the right option.
なんだ。
Oh, he's still alive.
俺はまだ生きてるのか。
Morishige opened his eyes and saw before him. Oh no! Director Fulkin! His back split wide open all the way from top to bottom. Wow, that's, oddly touching.
監督、僕をかばって。
監督真っ二つになってるじゃない。
何を笑ってるんだ貴様。このままでは監督が死んでしまう。
いやいやいやいや、森重監督とっくに死んでるから。これ以上死にたくても死ねないからね。そんなことよりあっちも決着つきそうだよ。
ほら食らいやがれ。
Yoshiki's kick landed directly on Kazami's wrist, causing him to drop his weapon.
よし、ナイフを離した。一気に畳みかけるぞ。
貴様ら、よくも俺の夢が、世界が。
そんなに夢が見たいなら俺が好きなだけ見させてやるぜ。ただしお前の頭の中でな。
おのーら。
At long last, Kazami was defeated. His brow was covered in sweat, and a look of pain seemed permanently emblazed on his now unconscious face.
あの怪物混乱してる？
よしきくん、今のうちだ。ゆかちゃんたちは俺に任せて本を幸子に。お前ら早くこっちに来い。
はいはい。ほら森重も早く行くよ。
監督はどうすれば。
ほっとけばいいの。だってここは監督がもともといた場所なんだもん。
カメラを僕に。しかし監督、僕はまだ監督と一緒に映画を。
ここってもしかして感動するところなのかしら。
It's pretty sad that the most heartfelt moment that Morishige's had, I feel like almost this entire series is with a literal zombie.
そうですね。僕もいつか死んだらゾンビになります。そしてまた一緒に映画を作りましょう。
He's like, I can't wait to die.
教師としてはどうすればいいのかしら。
おいおい、何やってんだよ。早くこんな場所からおさらばしようぜ。
森重、感動の別れはそれくらいにしないと。あれがまた暴れ出したらみんな死んじゃうよ。
わかった。監督、どうか。
さてと、じゃあ次元の門を開いて元の世界に戻るから、みんな幸子の近くに集まってね。いやいやんぐわんがいがい、いやいやんがいんやんやしょごぐふたぐん、いやいやいはいないにや。
それ何語なの？
さあ、幸子にもよくわかんないの。でもね、こうやってお願いすると叶えてくれるのよ。
叶えてくれるって誰が？
そんなの神様に決まってるじゃない。そろそろ始まるから離れないようにね。
It began with a violent rumbling sound, and then the ground caught up with it, shaking as if the world itself was ending.
予想はしてた。やっぱ何度経験しても怖えよこれ。まずいぞ、あの化け物。どうやら俺たちを逃がさないつもりだ。やばい、完全に裂け目が開いてこっちに来るぞ。
んがんがいはフルスタ軍ヨグソトース、ヨグソトース、いやいやヨグソトース、オサダゴは、間に合った。
Imagine it was like, oh, thank goodness, we're back at the creepy ass school. I love how, like, in comparison, this is the safe place.
まさか私たちが気絶している間、そんなスペクタクルなことになってたとは。悔しい。超見たかったそれなら大丈夫だよ。監督がちゃんと撮影してくれてたから、後で見せてあげる。マジ？監督さん、死してなおグッジョブ。
でも私たちのために命がけで戦ってくれたなんて感激だわ。お礼にキスくらいならしてあげてもいいのよ。
バカ野郎、そんなんいらねえよ。
テレ屋さんなんだからありがとサンキュ。
I don't know what's the deal with those two. She seems like, I don't know, she seems weirdly obsessed with him.
不本意だがちゃんと連れて帰ってきたさ。ほら、そこだ。
So now everybody knows, like, what a creep he is. It's gonna be awkward afterwards, like any future things. Like, everybody's gonna be kind of keeping their distance away from Kazami. I mean, his classmates still don't know his true self.
なんだ、まだ起きてないじゃん。ナイト君のパンチが相当効いたんだね。縛られてやんのざまあ。ねえゆかち、いい気味だよね。
あんなに紳士的だったのに人間とわからないものね。
よし、今のうちに復讐しちゃる。
Bran had a giant smile on her face as she undid the cap on a permanent marker she somehow happened to be holding.
あ、私もやるやる。
こらこら、やめときなさいよ。
まだまだ。私たちはタコの餌にされかけたんだから、絶対に許されざるよ。油性マジックの恐ろしさ、ドクと
I hope that if there's anything in the rest of the game, every time Kazami's sprite shows up, he's gonna have the marker all over his face.
やりすぎ。ダメだよ、さつきちゃん。もう許してあげて。よし、こんなところで勘弁してやるか。
笑い死ぬ。くだらないな。
I mean, I better see this. We better get to see what he looks like.
止めなくてもよかったのか。
悪い子にはちゃんとお仕置きすることも必要ってことで、先生は知りません。
お仕置きとしては軽すぎるような気もしますけどね。
はいはい、注目。これから試写会を始めます。
未編集でぶつ切りの映像、とても映画とは呼べない代物だが、命がけで撮影してくれたフルティン監督に敬意を払いながら見てほしい。 ああ、いろいろと突っ込みどころがあるけどよ。まあいっか。試写会でも何でもやるなら早くやってくれ。
ドキドキ。
それじゃ始まり始まり。
サチコー洋館でのあれはやっぱりてめえの仕業か。
最初から全部仕組んでたのね。
どういうことだサチコ。なぜ隠しカメラで撮影した映像
Oh, are they gonna show the footage of Morishige being like that Saw guy asking those questions to Miss Yue and Tsukasa?
隠しカメラとな。あらあら、なんで作太郎くんがそんなこと知ってるのかしら。あ、じゃあモリソーってもしかして
森重くん話し合おうか。
てめえもグルか森重。待て、俺はただ映画のために。
もういい、もういいんだよ作太郎くん。私は分かってるから。
小林さん。
Ren undid the cap on the permanent marker once more and smiled even deeper than before.
ゆうやくんとお揃いにしようね。
やめろ
逃げ
てめえら待ちやがれ。
Please, please let us be able to see it. Please.
なんだここは。天神小学校か。
As Kazami woke up and tried to move, the ropes he was bound with tore into his wrists. The things he had done slowly came back to him.
そうか。俺はまた失敗したんだな。誰だ。ゆかちゃん。一人なんかい。みんなは。
幸子ちゃんと。
Don't tell me that she's trying to, that she actually feels bad for him and she's trying to like, I don't know, wipe the stuff off of his face?
追いかけて。
Yuka, girl,
なってたりしてません。
you do not learn your lessons, do you?
ああ、どこも痛くないよ。なんだ。俺は恐ろしい目に遭わせた張本人だというのに、どういうつもりなんだこの子は。なぜ笑ってるんだゆかちゃん。僕のことが怖くないのかい。
怖いけど怖くないです。落書きが面白すぎて。
Really? This is the stuff? I mean, some of it is in Japanese, but I'm like, these are the things that was like, oh, that's too far.
君は変わってるな。実に興味深い。
I think he got off pretty easy.
キザミさんの妹にはなれないです。ごめんなさい。それに今までキザミさんがしてきたことも許せないです。
別に許してもらおうなんて思っていないさ。僕はこういう人間だからね。
でもキザミさんは本当は優しい人なんだと思います。ゆかやさつきちゃんのこと助けてくれたこともありました。
そんなことぐらいで僕優しい。これは傑作だ。
うまく言えないけどキザミさんはやり直せる人だってゆかは思います。
君は随分甘い考えを持っているんだね。僕はまた君や君の友達に危害を加えるかもしれないよ。
それはダメです。だからもし今度
Oh my gosh, Yuka. He's right, she is too forgiving.
おかしくなりそうになったらゆかに相談してください。
何？
そしたらゆかがそれはダメなことなんだよってちゃんと言い聞かせますから。
おいおい。 それじゃあまるで僕は君より年下の子供のようじゃないか。
And I remember like his flashback when he was had his older, I believe, older sister and I think an older brother, where he hated that they treated him like a child. That's like his trigger.
そういうつもりじゃ。
分かったよ、ゆかちゃん。何かあったら今度からはまず君に相談することにしよう。
約束してくれますか？
ああ、約束だ。今は縛られてるから指切り減満はできないけどね。
よかった。キザミさんとはきっと仲直りできると思ってたんです。みんなが戻ってきたら縄を解いてくれるように頼んでみますね。
ああ、そうしてもらえるとありがたいかな。さすがにずっとこの体勢でいるのは辛いからね。
ゆっこ、誰か呼んできますから。だから
I wonder if after she leaves he's gonna be like, oh, that idiot. She actually believes that I'm gonna, you know, that I have the potential to be a good person. Yeah.
ゆか、君はなんて重心で汚れを知らない子なんだ。そんな風に優しくされたらますます欲しくなってしまうじゃないか。ゆか、俺の可愛い妹、次こそ必ず。
Okay, okay, it's over. So that was a little bit of a foreboding way to finish this chapter. Alright, well, I know I usually do like, you know, try and do one chapter per episode, but because that was kind of like an extra long chapter that I had to split into 2 parts, I think we'll be doing the same thing with this episode. Alright, so we only have 1 more left. We are almost done. Farewell to you this day.
Ah! 疲れた。もうやだぞおら。ガキのおもりはコリゴリだ。ああ、コリゴリだ。冗談じゃねえ。
ナイト君大丈夫？
Oshiki had basically just plopped down on the floor after more or less shouting at the world. No one was quite sure how much time had passed since the start of Sachiko's so-called culture festival. She had said that all formalities would be put aside for the duration of her birthday, but how had all of this occurred within only a single day? The clock's hands indicated it was now 10:55. So, was there really only 1 hour remaining before this strange day of celebration would come to an end? If so, I think we all must have been collectively breathing a sigh of relief that the fun would soon be behind us. I mean, the after part of this is not going to be exactly like sunshine and rainbows for these guys. They do realize that they're just going to be plopped right back into Heavenly Host. Normally, if anything, this is a little bit of a break compared to the horrors that usually happen.
いやー、いっぱいやらされたね。かれこれ7種目くらいは制覇したんじゃない？
Although I guess the thing is, like, after this is all done, who's going to be left? Like, the people who've died in previous iterations, like Seiko, will she disappear? So in that aspect, like, I guess they can enjoy it that some of their friends are back and they can hang out with them again.
ひどいパワハラも多かったね。なんか悪意を感じたよ。
パワハラか。うまいこと言うね。
いろいろときつかったわ。もう若くないのかしら。ねえねえ、ほら、ヒステリックバースでフロア案内ボードを見てよ。ん？あ、
クリアしたところがペケついてる。こんな仕掛けあったのね。あった。あそこにあるボードだよね。ね、クリアした催し物すべてにチェックマークがついてるの。ほんとだ。全クリしちゃったんじゃないこれ。
I mean, I don't think it's not like they get a prize at the end. It's not like, okay, you guys all get to go back to the real world, you get to be alive. It's like, no, it's still gonna be horrible. Taguchi began walking toward the three lively junior high girls.
Oh, 本当だ。みんな頑張ったね。
They were just kind of forgotten about, like, we didn't even follow these girls, which I'm okay with. I want to see my main crew.
やったじゃん。ねえ。もうくたくた。
マユ、大丈夫か？ほら。
ありがとう、しげに。
Mayu took Morishige's hand and he helped her up. The expression on her face was more or less just a blank.
そうだよな。森重と鈴本って仲良かったし、この学校に飛ばされてからずっと離れ離れだったみたいだし、今日は一緒にいられて。
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
あー、疲れた。おー、疲れた。
Suddenly, Shinozaki was standing before him, offering her hand. It was just like the way Morishige had offered his hand to Mayu. Yoshiki was shocked and it showed on his face, but he still stuck out his own hand to take hers, not wanting to pass up this chance. But it turns out, Shinozaki wasn't reaching for Yoshiki. Rather, she was reaching for a black cat plushie on the ground near him. She picked it up. Poor Yoshiki! The disrespect around every corner. To save face, Yoshiki began scratching his head with his now awkwardly outstretched hand.
頭かゆいな。
でもさ、なんだかんだ言ってちょっと楽しかったね。
She was unconsciously petting the cat plushie as she spoke, and she was kind of right. If you looked past all the horrible things that had happened that day, everybody was able to actually spend some time together, and ultimately, that seemed to be the memory that stood out the most.
あ？マジか？
聖子やみんなと一緒にいられて楽しかった。
そうだな。納得のいかないことばかりだったが、その点は否定しない。
舞台に映画の助監督だもんね。しげにかっこよかったよ。
よせよ、からかうのは。
The clock hand now indicated it was exactly 11 p.m. And somehow this day that seemed like it would never end no longer felt quite as long as it did before. Only 1 hour remained.
今回はいつもと違って特別なループなの。今日が終わり次第全部なかったことになって元に戻るから。
She's like, this whole game was basically pointless in the lore of of Corpse Party. It is a true spin-off. Like, it has no bearing on anything that happens
今日だけは
in any of the other games.
してね。
終わるのか。
Upon this realization, Shinohara began rubbing her eyes.
聖子、
大丈夫だよ。最後はこうなるって分かってたもの。ちょっとの間でもまた一緒に入れて嬉しかった。ここで泣いたらナオミをまた心配させちゃうから。だから泣かない。楽しい記憶だけいっぱい心の奥に刻む。
It's so sad knowing that they won't remember this. I like to believe maybe at the end of this, like once this day is done, it'll go back to normal. But maybe, despite all that Sachiko said, maybe they still will remember. It finally dawned on her. When this birthday came to an end, that meant It meant that everybody was going to be split up into various closed spaces once again, just like before. Okay, so the people who died before won't actually be dead? Like, it'll restart, everybody will be alive again, but just separated? The light suddenly started going out, row by row. Something was clearly about to happen. Having cleared all the scheduled events, this new unknown event caused feelings of dread to shoot through everybody's mind at once.
そうですね。あはははは。
When was your first kill?
小学生の時かな。
And how was it?
恥ずかしいな。ドキドキした。
なんだよ
Was the culture festival fun?
そうね。みんな頑張ってくれた方だと思う。楽しかった。楽しかったな、幸子。
Any specific part you enjoyed most?
そうですね。全部面白かったけど、あえて好きなやつをあげるとするなら、あれかな。これ、まあまあ面白かったかな。
俺ばっかひどい目に遭うのな。
どんまい、岸沼くん。
Anything else?
そうですね。
Is it just gonna be all moments of like Yoshiki, like when he got when he lost in the cooking competition?
覚えてないのか。
私たちあれだけひどい目にあったのに、あれかな。
Oh.
動くビーチフラッグ。
怖かったんだぞ。バカにするな。
でもさ、どうかと思ったよ、あれは。学校中走り回ってももがパンパンになっちゃった。ビキニを着たのはちょっと刺激的だったけどね。
Any last memories to share?
あとあれ面白かった。
なんだよその残念そうな交換は。
ああ、三國さんの性的思考が露呈してしまった。残念な催し物だな。
ちょっとドキドキしちゃったのは内緒。
What was it, his armpit fetish? I think that's what I picked for that one. So, who is the MVP for the day's events?
そうね。
俺ばっかりひどい目に。
She's gonna say like, it was
確かに
me.
岸沼くんは体を張ってた気がする。
だろう。俺、お前が分かってくれてんならそれで。
ナイトくんはなんというか安心感があるのよね。リアクションに。
嬉しくねえよ。
一人に絞れない。みんな頑張ったんだもの。誰か一人なんて選べない。
That's like the nicest thing I feel like she'll ever say.
驚きだ。まさかあの幸子ちゃんが大人みたいなコメントをするなんて。何がおかしいんだよ。
Do you have any parting messages for the MVPs?
別に。
うわ今時それはどうかと思うよ、幸子ちゃん。番組におけるネタの鮮度っていうのはね。で、おい、まだ僕喋ってるのに。
バカにしてんのか。
みんなお疲れ様。文化祭楽しんでくれたかな。催し物は全部終わったけど、最後に幸子ね、お願いがあるの。
She wasn't there in person this time, no more preaching from the altar. She simply announced the end of the culture festival over the loudspeaker. And then...
お願い。
まだなんかあんのかよ。
文化祭も全部終わりか。楽しんだどころか苦しんですらいないよ。
俺たち一回も声かからなかったもんな。
There you go. At least, who was it? How appropriate that I've forgotten her name. Emmy? At least she wasn't quite such a background character. She actually had a moment during the cooking competition. These guys, these are true background characters. True NPCs.
まあミンコがそばにいるから平気だけどよ。
最高だな俺ら。
ちょっと二人ともちゃんと聞いときなよ。ほら、ギャルゲーしまう。
Sachiko quietly breathed in deep, then exhaled, or exclaimed in the most pleading voice she could muster.
幸子ね、泳げるようになりたいの。浮き輪がないと溺れちゃうんじゃ、クラスの子たちに笑われるから。
She was entirely serious.
あって、もしかして生前の記憶？
だからみんなを見込んで一生のお願い。待ってるから。一回西校舎にあるプールに来て。幸子を泳げるようにしてほしいの。
That's like so childlike. The irony of a dead adolescent claiming this was the thing she wanted most for her whole life was lost on no one, yet it was also somewhat haunting. But there was another matter that needed to be addressed too.
待ってくれ幸子。プールといってもみんな制服だし。
Oh god, it's just like the pool was one of my least favorite areas. They're just so creepy.
大丈夫。
All the dead bodies floating in
ちゃ
there.
んとみんなの分のスクール水着も用意したから。
As long as there's no dead bodies in the pool.
マジで？
こっち見んな。
すく水だと？おお、うちの学校は室内プールであるがゆえに壁に阻まれてついに見ることができなかった俺の破れた夢が今 It's just a dream じゃないか。
キモいんですけど、覗き予備軍の異常者だって訴えますよ、クズが。ねえ、ナオト？はあはあ、チュル。さやかも目、怖いよ。
幸子。
早く来てね。みんなで幸子に泳ぎを教えること。教えること？ああ、決め事か。子供みたいな物言いだね。
まあ、実際子供なんだけどな。
That simple childlike request was the last message she broadcasted. The room then fell silent. And within that silence lurked a tension you could practically cut with a knife.
どうする？誰か行く人？
The question was posed, but not a soul was volunteering. The culture festival was over, after all. Everybody had fulfilled their required tour of duty. The idea of choosing to stick around even longer was... Well, it was more than even the most soft-hearted among us could imagine.
なんで幸子のやつ、俺たちをダチかなんかだと思ってんのか？
言うこと聞いとかないと殺されそうだったから仕方なく言うこと聞いてた。
I mean, who's to say that that still isn't an option for her? This sparked a chain of everyone voicing their dissatisfaction over what had transpired during the events of the day.
もういいんじゃね。文化祭の種目じゃなくて、今度のはただのお願いだろ。アフターまで聞いてやる筋合いはねえよ。
でも幸子さん、ずっと笑ってて楽しそうだったよね。本当は友達が欲しかったんじゃ。
人をひでえ目に合わせて面白がってただけだろうが。
ダメだよさやか。たとえ君の言う通りだったとしても、あの子には恐怖で人の心を縛っても友達は作れないって教えてあげなきゃいけないと思う。
そっか。
A deep, profound silence fell over the auditorium, with only the pitter-patter of the rain on the roof droning in the background. Everyone hung their heads in contemplation and said nothing for what seemed like an eternity.
全然寂しくない。
Oh, jeez.
とも悔しくない。
Sachiko looked back at the school building. It was quiet as could be. There was no signs of movement whatsoever. Not even a speck of dust had been disturbed. She was the only one moving in the whole of Heavenly Host, and a sense of absolute isolation quickly wrapped itself around her. The lights she'd gone to the trouble of setting up in the locker room, too, were casting their shadows on no one.
Yeah.
Sachiko slowly began paddling herself through the water, intertube wrapped around her butt to keep her afloat. The pool was usually thick and murky and reeking of decay, but Sachiko had temporarily transformed it into the purest of fresh water. Now, she'd always learned in classes at school, if you can't swim in clear water, then you shouldn't be swimming at all. The horrific day where Sachiko's eternal slumber began took place only just after the pool had first opened at Heavenly Host. And since she had always been made fun of for not being able to swim without an inner tube, she wanted nothing more than a friend to teach her how. Lifting herself from the inner tube, she tried to float on the surface of the water. And then we get to see this moment where she's just a scared little girl, lonely little girl. I bet everybody's going to show up. They're all going to be like, we're going to have one last moment together. Plus, I would want to go swimming. Like, for an opportunity, if I known what was going to be happening to me at the end of this, it'd be like one chance to get to go swimming in a nice pool again. I would take that chance. Oh, the giant man, Yoshikazu, rose from the water with a swim cap on his head. Oh, Yoshi! Oh, shit! Sachiko's mother, Yoshi, was now standing behind her, staring at her daughter with a look of love and affection on her face, but also regret. Sachiko turned to face her and instinctively clung to her. Sachiko just needs to learn how to treat people better. This was her weird way of being like, we could be friends. I'll force them to be my friends. Yoshi gazed at her daughter with a warm, kindly expression and began stroking her hair. It was a gesture designed to console, but also to show sympathy. Yoshi hugged Sachiko tightly. Sachiko, whose head was thrashing about wildly as she tried to come to terms with this, stared up at her mother with a blank expression on her face. Okay, so that's why she wants to be friendly with everybody, just on her birthday. Tears began pouring from Yoshi's eyes. She couldn't help it. The wheel of fate, the curse that bound these two to this world, also dictated that mother and child would drift apart. Moments like this were rare. Sachiko, not knowing what thoughts were occupying her mother's mind, busied herself with trying to wipe the tears from Yoshi's cheeks with her fingers. She was perplexed, too, because tears began pouring from her own eyes. She didn't know why this was, but also couldn't stop them from falling. I hope it ends a little bit more cheerfully than this. This would be sad if literally nobody did show up and this is just how it ends.
けれどあなたが被害者の子たちに強いている虐待は今日もあまりにひどかった。今さらあなたのお願いに応えてここに来てくれるなんてこと。
I bet they will. Yep. Or at least Satoshi, because of course he would.
みんな
遅くなったけど
We're late.
誕生日おめでとう。
I was right. They all showed up.
来たわよ幸子さん。
プール綺麗にしてくれたんだ。
It's like, please be nice to us in the next life, please.
寒い。
遅くなってごめんね。みんなで誕生日プレゼントを用意していたの。はい。
Ayumi presented a necklace to Sachiko with a little skeletal doll attached to it. It was on a silver chain, and the joints were connected with eye bolts and round aluminum fittings, allowing them to move and flail about freely.
この骨人形知ってるかな。カラベラって言うんだけど、お芝居の時の大道具で使った発泡ウレタンを削ってみんなで作ったんだよ。カラベラには死後も陽気に自由にって意味というか、ね、苦しんでいるあなたの心が休まるようにと。
俺も作ったんだぜ。右手の骨リアリティを追求してみたんだ。
俺は左太ももの骨すっごいよくでき
Look
て
at
るだ
them.
ろ。
They're like, we did stuff in this game. Look.
はいはい、いちいち張り合わないの。チェーンは私のだよ。大事にしてくれると嬉しいんだけど。
Everyone was smiling, genuine, carefree smiles. Sachiko, meanwhile, looked more pained than ever. She couldn't hold back the tears, no matter how hard she tried.
ほら、つけてつけて。難しいかな。つけてあげるわ。
おお、似合う似合う。
似合いすぎて怖えくらいだ。
スカルって人気あんだぜ。クールだからな。
さーて、みんなで泳ぎを教えるよ、幸子さん。
俺は中途半端なことは嫌いなんだ。最後まで付き合うよ。
泳げるようになりたいんだよね。勇気を出して。まずは足のつくところで浮き輪を捨てることから始めよう。大丈夫、私教えるの得意だからさ。弟や妹たちをぐんぐん泳げるようにしてきたんだから。
幸子、お前泣いてんのか？
He's like, shut up, I'll murder you.
泣いてない。
Yeah, literally, she did. Of course. Sachiko ran up to the pool, just as she was told, and she seemed absolutely overjoyed, even if she tried her best to hide it. Oh, that's freaking adorable, actually.
よし来い。
ヒステリックだな、幸子ちゃんは。
この子たちは底抜けに。
I love that of all the people, it's Yoshiki's the one who's... Of course he does, even after everything she's put him through.
優しい子たちだわ。
ったくしょうがねえな。ほら、泳ぎ教えてやるよ。
浮き輪は私が預かるね。ファイト。
幸子、俺の背中に乗せてあげよう。おいで。
なんかちょっと水着のサイズが大きいの。私も胸。私もです。私も。
おお、うまいうまい。
やるじゃん。フクロウより泳げてんじゃない？うまいうまい。
ああ、
水着のサイズが大きいだけよ。私の胸が小さいんじゃない。私悪くない。篠崎さん。
All right, was that how this ends? Oh, but then we've got... Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Well, I guess happy moments are done. Ah, because they're all going to be separated. Wouldn't it be nice if Sachiko, after that moment, she decided to take pity on them? I know she wouldn't, but...
Sayaka? Saenokiさん何を言ってるんだい嘘だろもう会えないなんてさみんなして一体何わさやかえ
After all this, he finally got some physical affection.
さやか
聖子、ごめん、我慢できない。さよならなんて嫌だよ。このままでいさせてよ。
キザミ、なんだかよくわからないけど。
So they forgot everything that happened. Every time, I guess they die. They died in this series of events. Because, like, the very first thing that happened in the obstacle course, right? Didn't he push him off the walkway? So I guess it's just like he forgot everything about Kazami.
美月さんやみんなと一緒に合流して脱出しよう。
ああ、お前も自分の身を守れ。
ゆかち、明日の昼ご飯なんだけどさ、学校抜け出してラーメン食いたね。
さつきちゃん。
なーにブルー入ってんのさ。一緒に帰れるんでしょ。
I know Satsuki probably doesn't know, but it just feels like she's rubbing it in that she gets to go home and Yuka doesn't.
なんで泣いてんの？
ダメなの。
何言ってんの？帰れないの？やだ。
Yeah, finally, she's reacting appropriately. Every time Satsuki was on screen, it felt like she wasn't taking this seriously because she didn't realize that this wasn't just a game. The lamentations... I think I said that right? The lamentations of the group were audible from everywhere. In only a few minutes, everyone would be separated in their various closed spaces once more. And some would be repeating their destined demises as well. Yeah, okay. Soon to be co-signed to oblivion. No one could quite remember exactly what fate had in store for them, but the sense that they'd never be able to see one another again was overpowering. It remained carved in their minds like a scar. This was plainly visible to Sachiko as well, whose heart grew heavier moment by moment as she bore witness to it. I'm guessing she can't stop things from happening, like this is just destined to happen. Because maybe after this she actually does want to, like, give everybody a happy end or send them back, but I don't think they can leave.
何？なんで？幸子も目から水が出る。お腹痛くなってきた。
Yoshi spoke gently and slowly while stroking Sachiko's hair.
幸子、それが悲しいという感情よ。あなたがみんなと離れたくないように、みんなも離れたくないの。もうすぐみんな楽しかった記憶も消えて、あなたからも離れ、また地獄へと戻されるのよ。
Sachiko looked around her. All the formerly happy faces that had just taught her how to swim were now quivering, their throats tightened up, and tears running down their cheeks.
Oh.
お母さん、やだ、離れたくない。なんでこんなことになったの？
Yoshi caught sight of the strangle marks around Sachiko's neck, and instantly tears began flowing from her eyes. And then in the next game, she's just going to be right back, probably just being as evil as ever. All of this forgotten. Sachiko's wails echoed throughout the school, becoming a whirlpool that washed away all the grudges and hatred of the vengeful souls as they heard it. The muddy stream of ill will that had stagnated within these walls for so long turned to clear, and the now scattered curses broke down more and more, just for now, and then they're going to go right back to normal. The endless cycle of sadness was beginning to unravel. It's like she's also bound to be like this, even if maybe she doesn't want to be. And then all of those good memories forgotten about. All the, like, her considering everybody there her friend, gone. Yeah, there she is again.
なんだろう。変な夢見てた気がする。思い出せないや。
The very second the hand on the clock struck 12, the entire school became enveloped in a dimly twinkling mist. Sachiko paused for a moment, almost as if contemplating this dream she had, and in the very next moment all the students around her were gone. All that remained was a crackling bonfire in the center of the pool.
Oi, デクノボー。また何人か捕まえてこい。今日はそうだな。保健室が寂しいから人体解剖標本を作るぞ。行け、早く。
Sachiko kicked the giant man into motion, yelling at him in an unnecessarily threatening, vitriolic tone with practiced ease. As he scurried away, Sachiko folded her arms and gave him a sidelong glance. Sachiko looked over the pool with a certain smug satisfaction as its usual muddy, murky water began to fill, but why the water had been drained in the first place and why there had been a campfire burning its center, she couldn't say. Why is it going so fast? She gonna have a memory of the necklace, though? She found it difficult to believe it couldn't be her doing, which meant it had to be the work. Why is it going so fast? I can't read it. Like I said, is she gonna look down at her necklace and be like, huh, I didn't have this before? She could remember the figures of these people, but not their faces. They were all completely featureless, but they were shaking and shivering, and they seemed to be making an urgent appeal to her. miracle didn't happen. Oh. That was the start of it all. The day when the principal ended the lives of Yoshi and Sachiko Shinozaki was when the curse firmly took hold, and before long, its victims began harming one another, unable to bear the horrors they were forced to endure. The swell of tortured souls became a constant stream, forming a sort of magnetic field, and it was unclear if the day would ever come when the cursed chains that defined this purgatory of misery might finally be broken. Alright, is that it? I mean, there's always, like, the post stuff, right? There's, like, all sorts of things to check out afterwards, but... Alright. Oh, okay, so we have, X... Okay, so there's another chapter. Samsara down the river. Alright, so I think, we'll do that next episode. I think we'll finish it up next episode because I don't know how long, if it's going to be like a standard chapter length. Probably not. I'm guessing it's going to be like a shorter chapter. So maybe what I'll do is I will do the X chapter depending on how long it is. And I'll also put in all of the bad or wrong ends that I didn't get throughout the main game and just put those together. And then, of course, there's all, like, the bonus content as well, so it might be a little bit of a longer episode, but we'll see if I can finish it all in the next episode, and then, of course, I can announce what my next Let's Play is going to be. But that was quite a sad ending, actually. A moment where Sachiko actually was quite pitiful. I felt bad for her. The moment with her mother, and then just her happiness at everybody coming to teach her how to swim, and... all of it was for nothing, you know? So the thing of Yoshi at the end saying that, like, the miracle didn't happen maybe insinuates that there was the potential. Maybe they could have broken through her trauma and the curse, and maybe she would have been free from the school. Maybe everybody could have gone back, but of course, that doesn't happen in this game. So we will try and finish it up next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for what will most likely be the finale of Sweet Sachiko's Hysteric Birthday Bash. Until then, bye guys. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Kaori Makoto, Revealing Storm, Tequila Mockingbird, Asborn Kennedy, Harry Gazif, iCognito, Jared Fan, Joel Oostman, and Zoran Ether.